Good morning! Hello, welcome to the Beginner's Guide. I've never played this before, and I've actually... I love this type of game. I used to love the Stanley Parable. I still do. And I was looking for a game that, like, had that same vibe as, like, Night in the Woods, Undertale, Stanley Parable. Anything that had decisions and sucked me into it like those games do. I genuinely don't know what I'm getting into here, because usually with this type of game, I watch YouTubers play it, or I've already played them all. So I'm actually quite excited that I've found a game that I think I will like. So, yeah.
Hi there. Thank you very much for playing the Beginner's Guide.
You're welcome.
My name is Davey Reedon. I wrote the Stanley Parable, and while that game tells a pretty absurd story, today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011.
Oh, okay.
We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda. Now, these games mean a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal
Hold on. I'm gonna put the closed captioning on so I can lock in.
stuff, and his work pointed me in a very powerful direction.
Did I not apply it? I did. Okay, well.
I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make. So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made. It's a level
gorgeous.
for Counter-Strike. You can walk around here, by the way. And mostly it's just Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment.
I like the floating
Is
box.
that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town, he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level. And of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person. And it kind of makes you wonder, what was going through his head as he was building this? This is what I like about all of Coda's games. I mean, not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator. I want us to see past the games themselves. I want to get to know who this human being really is. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. So, it's 2008, Coda starts making these games, and he never releases any of them. He doesn't put them onto the internet, he just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever. And I think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder. So, you know, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made, until suddenly one day, he just stopped. In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since. And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together, is because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again. And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda. So thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at daveyWreden@gmail.com. Okay, that's about it for introduction. Let's take a look at Coda's first proper game. As each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
Wow. Okay. It's kind of hard to, like, I don't want to interrupt him. Okay, now, sorry, speaking of interrupting, I totally interrupted him while I was trying to put the captioning on. Doesn't want to work now, maybe? Hopefully. I feel like I'm too tall for this. Oh god. Okay. Oh, yeah.
This game is called Escape from Whisper, and it's one of the more generic games you'll see from Coda.
Okay. I like how bright the bullets are. Did I already run out of... Can I reload? I think I used up all the ammo.
Security call breached. Hostile alien life form inbound.
It kinda looks like this game was abandoned mid-development. For instance, you have this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere, but then clearly there are no enemies anywhere. You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets.
Oh, okay.
But ultimately we don't really know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that it is. And I think that we should talk about his games for what they are, rather than for what they're not.
Glad that the captions are working now. Oh.
Begin ship evacuation.
Whoa. Ooh. Oh. Really
I
immersive.
love how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
Yeah. Read my mind.
Apparently this space station has a labyrinth on it.
I mean,
Sure, I don't know. There's really no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past it.
oh, thank you. I think every space station should have 10 labyrinths.
This is the part that's interesting. The game has this narrative about the whisper machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
Hey, you there, in the engine room. You could save us all. That beam is powering the whisper machine. We could disrupt it by introducing a great enough heat signature. If your body could stop the beam.
My bangin' bod?
It's so much to ask, but for all of our lives, would you do it? Could you give yourself?
Give myself what? Oh.
Let me pause here for a second.
Okay.
What you just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying, is probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level. But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere. And this is what happens instead.
Oh, oh, oh. Oh my. Hello. Oh. Oh.
The beam causes you to start floating. And this is an important moment for him. Because yes, this is technically a glitch, but Coda identifies something human about it, like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system. Or this floating could be the afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse. I don't even know. I have no idea what he was thinking, but what's clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs. So he stops work on this and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind.
That'd be chill as fuck if you died and you... Oh, the past was behind her. What's that one sentence where it was where it's like he loves her and then it's like she's sad? That's what that reminds me of. Oh. Oh, I can only walk.
In this game, you can only walk backwards.
I love that. I like this idea a lot, actually. I keep yawning. It's only 2:30 in the afternoon, by the way. I do not need to be yawning. Oh.
So it's a short and relatively minimalist experiment combining motion and narrative.
Okay.
It is less advanced than the previous game, but actually it seems to be more focused, more complete. Coda's trying to give it a unique voice rather than simply basing it on a pre-existing trope.
When she stops and looks, it becomes clear. Also, I know I'm going to be quite quiet while playing this game. It's just because I'm trying to take in everything. But if the future is always behind her, how will she find the strength to confront it?
It's a short little thought, it says what it wants to say, and then it ends. Didn't need anything more than that.
It's like
Which
a physical
to me
poem.
is why it works, because it gets out quick. Okay, next one.
Ooh, Slender Man. You're now entering. Who knows what I'm entering? Oh, okay.
And that's it. Okay.
Nonsense.
Oftentimes, Coda would put bizarre titles like this one at the start of his games.
Whoa.
I wish I'd known him at the time that he was making these early games. He would really only talk to me about his work as he was making it. Once he stopped work on a game, like, that was it. It was dead to him. And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do?
Holy schmoly.
I know it's tempting, but there's actually nothing over here.
Hey!
Sorry.
Caught my ass. Listen, it is tempting. I wanna go around. I wanna explore about. What if I just walked backwards in every single game? What's it gonna do then, huh? Oh.
Once you've been slowed to an absolute crawl, the door at the top of the stairs opens. So why, if Coda's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all? Well, to show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
What if I just keep going real slow, though? I bet he's gonna say something. This is just a challenge for my own patience. Okay. Okay, fine. Oh. Modern. Whoa. Play as a pair of eyes floating. Eyes emitting footstep noises. You are the queen. Dust your jewelry while the kingdom is destroyed. You start in a small room.
A room that's warm and nice and filled with little ideas for games.
Oh. Sharks are trying to eat you simultaneously. You're trying to eat the sharks.
Coda would often tell me that he didn't mind if people thought of him as cold or distant. He said that he knew that he was actually a vibrant and compassionate person, but that it takes time to really see that. It can be a very slow climb to get there.
Press U to surrender. Read an enemy's emails to learn how to beat them. Oh, I actually was enjoying reading those.
Well, this is new for Coda. It's an actual puzzle. Go ahead and see if you can solve it.
Was the lever the puzzle? Okay. No. I was gonna say am I stupid, but I need to stop saying that. Oh. Okay.
Don't forget that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon.
Okay.
We're going
Heard.
to see it a lot. Alright, now I'm going to modify the game again, so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
Okay. Whoa. Holy shit. Oh, back here. Is the sign gonna say something else this time? Oh, I'm now exiting!
Aha! So, this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow. It could even be that the stairs game and the puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
Interesting. Now, is that just what he's interpreting, or is that the truth? The great and lovely descent. Whoa. Okay. This looks like your average Canadian winter.
To make all of these with what the engine does well.
Oh god.
The tools
Whoa.
available to the creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making. You might consider paying attention to the architecture in Coda's games, to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
Interesting. I like the music. Huh. Oh, I don't know why for a second I thought that these were all like bunk bed frames, but without the mattresses. Ooh, I didn't like that sound. Oh, Excuse me. Okay. Oh. Up I go. Okay. Oh.
This prison, funny enough, in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go. If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that. This is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible? And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else.
That's petty as hell. I love
I
that.
played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere. There wasn't.
I mean, that kind of makes me think of how, like, a lot of people think that, like, hobbies in your free time needs to be productive. And sometimes things don't need to have a reason. I mean, sure, games should be playable, but maybe Coda's intention behind these are just his expression. Like, this is his form of art, of journaling, of a hobby that's not particularly intended to be played by other people. It seems very personal and expressive and experimental. And I don't think things necessarily need to be made accessible for other people if they are not meant to be. And I can understand how it's frustrating for somebody to be like, well, you should make it different for people. And sure, I said it was petty, but I can understand the reaction of like, well, here you go. A bunch of games where you just walk around a box. Unless his original intention was to make playable games for people. But I don't think that was his intention. But I could also be reading way too into it, so I'm just gonna keep going. Yes. Sure. I'm recording a video, but you're fine. You're good.
Wow.
Yeah. Can you believe it? Can you believe it?
Can you believe it?
Hello. Me when the three men are sitting. You there, did you come from above?
Here, Coda begins using a kind of dialogue system that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities.
Okay.
Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
Okay. There was a world stamped with whiteness. Isn't that true? I'm gonna say the prison one. That's the world above. You've been there. Now this is important. Did you have to get through a puzzle with 2 doors and switches? We've only just met. What? But you don't understand. We are trapped here. That puzzle is our only escape. We need to get through it. I'll immediately fold. Alright, I'll tell you. Wonderful. Well, what is it? What's the answer? Please speak to me. Tell me how to escape. Tell me how to be free of this prison. I must know. It's the most important thing. There must be an ending. Oh. Hello. Hello. How did you get here? Was there a puzzle you had to pass through? Do you want to know how to solve it? No. We actually find the black space between the doors to be far more interesting. Have you seen it yet? Yeah. I remember feeling strange as I passed through it. Don't think too hard about it. You'll see it again soon. Okay. So are those guys just gonna be stuck there forever? Whoa.
It's a lamppost. Okay, I can't tell you quite why, but for some reason, Coda fixates on this lamppost. It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out. I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something. He wants a destination, which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination. We're going to see it in the work as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
Maybe he just really likes Narnia. 2009 of April. April of 2009. This game is connected to the internet. As you walk around, you can leave notes. All notes you see are left by other players. Nice room. Not.
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce this, but this game is not connected to the
Yeah.
internet. All of the notes that you're going to see have been written by Coda. This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on this very level, and it was just so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have to be friends with this person. In retrospect, I think I was probably a bit too pushy trying to get his attention. I was over-enthusiastic. But he was very gracious about it and very patient with me. And I cooled off eventually. Oh, feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them.
Everyone read this.
Either way, to me they convey a sense of loneliness. I see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings and beliefs and has no way to express them except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played.
I like this one.
But it's ironic, isn't it? That in playing this game and seeing how alone Coda often felt, that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect with him. And I have to be honest with you, this idea is really seductive to me.
Seductive?
That I could just play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing. I could just get to know you through your work. I think this is why I always liked Coda's games so much, is because it felt like they let me have that connection. I felt as though he was inviting me personally into his world. And then I feel less lonely too.
Why? Yeah, I could type here. I'd rather be doing literally anything other than playing this. We're running out of space. Soon we will suffocate. Cool cavern, bro. I just saw a flying penguin. Let me tell you, it's the most majestic thing I've ever seen. I don't like living because nothing will ever be majestic as that. I don't want to see again if nothing will ever be that beautiful again. I'm crying now. I'm planning on ripping my eyes out. I must go to that. Yeah, okay. I think it's so interesting that this guy is trying so desperately to interpret his friend when you can never truly know what someone's intentions are unless they specifically tell you. Can I jump? Nope. Oh man, I wanted to read more. I like Coda's, like, creativity. I like that he's writing all of these little things, like how people do write on the internet, of random little things. Oh cool, I can type here, this sucks, this is cool, random little thought. This one is interesting to me. Do you feel like a hero yet? Whether it's his humor or his interpretation of the world, it's interesting to me. I like it. I'm also unsure if some of this is his self-criticism and maybe like self-hatred of like, these are boring and like games are meant to be played and his games are not super playable or super long. So maybe he is, I'm unsure if he is afraid that his games are boring, or if he's just annoyed with people saying that. Hey guys, just looking for someone to talk with. Butt-ass butt. That's what I'm saying, man. I need to go to the freaking bathroom. That guy's about to pee. Do you hear the chimes? They keep you going, don't they? I would like very much to be desired. And see, again, I'm wondering if these are his thoughts, like it's a diary or a journal, or if it is his, like, humor or whatever of people. Representing people. Scared of writing something. Don't want to feel judged. That's real. It's not very crowded here. Painting. What does it mean? Stop faking it. Art. Hey guys, how's it going? Just hanging. Help, I'm trying to speak. I think it's about how things look messy from up close and perfect from far away. I think it looks cool from both angles. More room?
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again. And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means. Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one.
Downward, keep digging.
In each of his games, after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution, he understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on. Because there's this dark area between the doors, a space between spaces, before you move on, you get to pause. Just for a moment, a few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here. To step back and connect the pieces together, to grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
Ooh. I don't like the noises. Whoa. Oh, it's all the notes being written. Probably. Or something. Are you there? Please say something. It could be anything. Just need to say something. Talk to me, please. Why are you so much difficult talking? Speak, 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 speak. Speak, speak. Woof. May to June 2009. Porn stars die too.
Okay, this one is tough. It's gonna kind of just spin its own wheels for a few minutes. Hang with it.
Am I in a well?
This is it. The whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway. Except, for some reason, Coda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture. And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's gonna start over, use the same assets, turn it into something else. Okay, cool. Here's version 2.
What furniture ought to go in the center of the room? How about a TV with surround sound, a refrigerator, or put a giant hole in the ground? Put a fridge there. That's not a fridge. That's a weird looking fridge. Okay. Now what about along the wall of the room? Let's put a huge picture of a horse. I'd really like a washing machine. 10 stoves lined up along the wall. Give me a big picture of a horse. Again, weird ass horse. We should light up this room a bit. A skylight. LED. We'll put live Tesla coils in each corner. Yeah. Let's open this baby up. Full ceiling window. Huh. At a table. You need a table. Who are you? Where exactly are you doing this from? I'm pretty sure none of this... Tables were invented in 1935. I'm pretty sure none of my choices are making any difference. It looks more like a desk. Whoa.
there's a bit more to this one, but still, it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness' sake. So okay, he throws it out and starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction.
Hello, please walk forward. It's so tempting not to. Oh, goodbye. This guide will enable you to escape any prison environment. Follow the instructions carefully. Take care that you remember each step. First, click on this table. Good. Go over to the photo frame and click to turn it slightly. Now turn the floor lamp in this room off and turn it back on. Okay. Now go to the left side sofa. Move it over a little. Finally, touch the shelves. That's it! In a real prison, the escape will now open. Return to the start to be taken back to your prison. I don't think I'll remember that. Return.
And of course, now the table is gone and you can't begin the chain of events to escape. Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the outside and the outside is the inside. Let me just blink you real quick through a few more of these. I mean, he really unloaded on this prison idea. There's nearly a dozen of them. Personally, I think it's awful to watch this, to see a person basically unraveling through their work. And for what? Like, at what point do you just go, maybe there are game ideas other than this prison that I could be working on? But Coda doesn't have that voice telling you to stop, that particular mechanism of defense against yourself. Without it, you just spiral. And so he keeps going and going and going and going and going, and then he hits on something. And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons. This is the very last version of the prison game that he created. And the reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
The lamppost. It's more peaceful. Nah, I said my name. I don't know. It's hard to tell if this, again, if this guy is just assuming that there's all this meaning or if it is just him experimenting. Oh, and I'm stretching. Oh, yeah. Is this the new prison? The phone booth? Oh. Hello? Who is this? Hey, it's me. I'm you from after you escaped the prison. You're me? So you were trapped in this prison too? Yep, I was in the furniture maze.
It's a conversation. And so this is what Coda wants, is to be able to talk to someone, to share what's on his mind, and to get some good advice from someone who knows. But the irony is that even in this scenario, you're still talking to yourself. You know, all of these games so far are Coda talking to himself.
That's where I am right now. Oh, I'm so glad to know that I get out eventually. What's it like to escape? Actually, I'm already forgetting what being in the prison was like. It's strange, but in a way I kind of miss being in the prison. Feels like being completely still and wildly in motion at the same time. I think the third one feels honest in like in a lost way of like, I feel completely still, but like I'm free. The first one feels more hopeful. I understand the second one. I have a feeling none of this matters, but I still want to pick according to what I'm feeling at the moment. I'm gonna go for the third one. Do you feel any different? Sometimes I'm scared I'll get out and then things will be exactly the same as before. No, I'm really the same person now as I was back then. Or it actually does change. I don't feel like the same person at all. Huh. Both of these are interesting because, like, I mean, it's scary to change, but also sometimes you are longing for that change. You want to be somewhere else. You want to be someone different. But also, if you're not who you were, then who are you? I don't feel like the same person at all. Oh, good. That's so nice to hear. Okay. That makes me feel really happy. I'm gonna say I'm still me, but I'm not somehow. It's hard to describe. Wait, if you're me, then did you get a call from another version of you when you were trapped? No, I think I'm the first person to call back. Then can you tell me how to get out? Maybe I can come find you. What do I have to do? To get out, all you have to do is to be sincere. To get out, all you need to... You need to tell me how you feel right now, or to get out, just talk with me for a bit. Be sincere. What? That will free me? How does that work? Listen, you can't know until you're out, but I promise it works. Sincere about what? That's exactly what you need to figure out in order to escape.
I can see why he considers this a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay. Wouldn't that be nice?
August of 2009.
So what would it look like if Coda wanted to make a game about talking to someone other than himself?
I guess this is a classic
To me,
Canadian
this
winter.
environment is meant to represent Coda's puzzle, with the two doors on either side and a dark transitional space between.
Ooh, this looks comfy. Ooh, I can actually go in. Oh, this person talked to you. Hello. Oh, well, my goodness. I'm glad as all heck you showed up. Thought I might be having to clean this entire house by myself, and right miserable that would have been. Everyone knows lonesome hands make lousy homes.
You'll notice that the quality of the art is a step up from previous games, including this new and improved chat system, which he started using from this point on. From here on out, he begins putting much more effort into the visual polish of his work, and this particular game took 2 months to create as a result.
Don't worry about me. A place this nice, I'll be glad to stay here all night. Well, now you just might be getting a little ahead of yourself there, no? Oh, sorry. Why don't we start cleaning and then you decide whether you can do it all night? I'll finish up here. In the meantime, could you please clear the table? Sure. Much nicer. That's the table I want to see. Now would you please run into the bedroom and make the bed? I like the music a lot. While you're in there, why don't you straighten out the rug a bit? All the little details matter. Do you enjoy being a house cleaner? Well, I don't enjoy it so much as I need it. While I'm working, I feel a kind of calm that rests in the pit of my ribcage. My soul just can't be soothed any other way, it seems, which I guess is about all that matters. Oh, that end. Oh my gosh, I can't read right now. Oh, that and a tidy couch. Would you straighten the pillows on that sofa over there? Yeah. Oh dear. Looks like someone spilled a drink over by the couch. Maybe mop that up as long as you're over there. Mop the table? I feel compelled to share an incredibly cheesy personal insight. You okay with that? Make it especially cheesy. You got it, bud. No. Oh. Okay. Oh, no, it was stupid. Sorry. Never mind. Hey, this isn't... Oh my gosh. These dishes need to be washed. Why did you come do that? His voice changed. I was just trying to read it better. Last I checked, the tub needed cleaning. How about you scrub it down as best you can? My nose squeaked when I read that line. No need to be perfect, we're all just human. There's still books scattered on the floor of the bedroom? If so, would you put them back on the shelf? Sure. I wish cleaning was that fast. Perfect. Now then, how about you come and clear these dishes off the table?
After the intense set of prison games,
again.
this house cleaning level almost feels like cleansing. It's the moment after a particularly difficult or traumatic experience where you just need to let it sit and digest inside of you, and eventually cohere into something meaningful.
Did these chores ever end? Darling, let me tell you something. Whatever work you do, you have absolutely got to own it. Otherwise, it owns you. So why don't we be with the task at hand and leave the future chores to future you? Present you wants to smooth out the rug in the bedroom, believe it or not.
I know that Coda really liked this game. Of all of his work, actually, this was the only one that he called me up to ask me to come over and look at it. This was during a period of a few months where he was like grossly happy all the time, just walked around with a constant smile on his face.
Earlier, when I said I had a really cheesy thought, I was going to say that it occurs to me that one's house is a lot like one's soul. You take care of it, and it takes care of you. Don't know why I felt so weird about saying that. But there's a bit of truth in it, no? Anyway, so, housekeeping. Let's keep doing this. Books. Would you please clean up the books? Thanks. Oh goodness, those pillows over on the couch are a real mess.
I'm glad he made this. I'm glad he found some peace.
It's very, like, routinely and calm. Question.
But,
do you
of
enjoy
course,
this?
it can't last. The music stops, your companion is gone, it's time to leave. The door at the top of the hill is now open as well. Again, you can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
Damn, that... Honestly, when the music stopped and he was gone, I felt a little, like, I was like, oh. Like, in the smallest dose of grief you can feel, obviously, because that's not a real guy, and it was such a short moment, but I was like, oh, I was enjoying that. I think I wanted to stay there for a bit. Hello.
Which is the whole point of the puzzle doors, right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move. I really thought that was the point of it.
September 2009. Items you love at members only prices.
This one gets a bit goofy.
Why did you come here today? Was it to improve your life? Was it to get a better job? Was it to make your relationships more meaningful? No. You came here to become perfect. Okay. Oh, this workshop is going to teach you how to be perfect. I want your friends, the people in your life, to look at you and think, wow, this person is a better human being than I am. Right now, who do you think about that way in your life? Who do you know who is so well developed as a person that they make you feel disgusted with yourself? Compared to whom you feel useless, selfish, ungrateful. I intend to make you that person. Perfection is within your grasp. Ooh. And the question is not how we do it, but how we do it effortlessly. This is easy. It is so easy. It is so
About
easy.
halfway through the game,
Being
the perspective
perfect is
shifts.
effortless. Oh, God.
And you play as the teacher. And suddenly, you discover that your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are. Oh, and also you can move around the classroom now.
Oh. On the way to work, I told an elderly person to start contributing to society. Being alone must be awful. Thank goodness all of you perceive me as being wise and intelligent. Drinking is not hurting my life. If you are torturing yourself trying to find the right solutions for your life, you are not doing it right. Yeah. Ew, I'm developing a cyst. Gross. Haha, just kidding. Third one is the funniest, but I do like the, what's it called? The honesty of the first one. So I'm gonna say that one. The vulnerability. Everyone run! Run!
I fell pretty hard for this one.
Perfection,
I feel
perfection,
like it's
perfection.
one of the most relatable experiences that you can have. To assume that some other person is perfect and totally fulfilled in every way, and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human. I think about this game a lot these days.
January 2010. The new year. I do find it interesting, like, I'm saying that a lot, but it's true. Comparing yourself can be very painful and, like, it's so natural to do. Like, I do it. Everybody, well, obviously I don't know if everybody does, but it it's not great for you. And something that I've learned is that becoming an adult, I you always feel like the people who are older and quote unquote ahead of you in life know what they're doing. Um, and when I was a teenager, I thought that when I hit 18, 20, I would get it. It would click. I would be an adult, have my job, have my home, and but I'm 20 years old now, and I can assure you, I sometimes still feel just as lost as I did when I was a teenager. I think I have more tools, and I have more people in my life that are willing to listen and help me through things, but I still there's so much learning. I think no matter what you do, there is always more learning and more growing and more mistakes that you're gonna make.
This one took a lot longer than all the others for Coda to make. It was 4 months between this and the last one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this, and it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
I want to check back here before I go through that crevice. Tra-la-la. Okay. Oh my god. I knew that was gonna happen, but I still got scared. Alright, the performance is beginning. Places. In this scene, he will be playing as me. We are at a gathering of professionals. First, you'll start out leaning against this wall. I'm gonna be so cool. Good, stay right there. The woman across the room in this chair is a professional photographer of animals. It's your dream to photograph. Photograph animals professionally. This is your one chance to learn something from her, to gain something, to succeed. Go on, say something to her. Hello. Hello? That's it? That's not a conversation. Hey, it's an opener. You need to actually converse with her. Be a human being. Do it again. Jesus, okay. I'm super, super scared right now. Here are all my hopes and dreams. I'm so scared right now. No, 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 no. That's not what I said to her at all. You're completely missing the tone of this conversation. It was reserved, but I knew what I wanted. I was confident. For some reason, it was just that one moment, but I was confident. Maybe it's how you need a better feel of the setting. There were a lot of people around us. I'll give you some props to work with. These cones that bounce when you touch them will represent the people nearby. Now talk to her again. Oh, you're happy. You're so happy. You must have worked really hard to get where you are. I bet you've learned to lean into the pain. What are some sacrifices you've had to make? I'm just gonna say the first one. You're messing it all up again. You'll freak her out if the conversation gets personal that quickly. Do you not realize how important this was for me? I'll never get another opportunity like this again. Everything was riding on this. I want to try something. Try stepping back from the stage. Okay. It's the end, I think. A prison. Yeah, okay. Naturally. Well, I'll be on my way. Okay, yes, now this is working.
The game ends with this eerie premonition of what's going to happen next in Coda's life.
Oh.
The solution to social anxiety, to fears of having to perform and having to chase success, the answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away. Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where it just becomes harder and harder to access Coda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself. And to be honest, I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this game. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games. Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect with this person, to bring him closer. But what can you do? After this, Coda went off and took another 5 months to make a new game.
June 2010. Mobius trip. To play this game properly, you must keep your eyes closed. Okay, I'm genuinely, fingers crossed, like, not fingers crossed. Both pinkies out in a pinky promise. I'm gonna close my eyes. Oh. Cool music. I love being able to see everything. If nothing happens in like 15 seconds, I'll open my eyes, but I'm keeping them closed. I'm gonna just like, hold on, I'm gonna very carefully look at my keyboard. Oh! I'm walking forward, I think.
You should probably open your eyes if you haven't already.
Okay.
It's pretty much impossible to solve otherwise. And there is a solution, by the way.
Oh, hello. I'm blind! I'm blind! How can you fix this? We're gonna get killed. Oh, I get to do it again. Okay. What's going on? I'm trying to find the shields. Am I able to, like... Research. Please someone talk to me. Please don't let this be forever. Truth. The only way to stop it is to speak something that is honest. I tried. Okay. Something that is always honest. I can't keep making these. Yes, that's it. That's the truth. Oh. It's draining.
Like I said, I was getting concerned. First off, he's never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking. So where's that coming from? But then even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him. Not like he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think of new ideas anymore. And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like, you know how sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It was that kind of thing.
We're going to be okay.
Here was the point in my relationship with Coda where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way. His games are going to get more desperate from here on out. After this game, it's almost 6 months before he finishes something new.
December 2010. Whoa. Hello? Whoa. Where did this island come from? Is that a person? How lovely. It's been a long time since I've talked to anyone. What's wrong? You look lost. When I try to create, I feel empty. Oh no! What's happened? Did something change? There was a machine that kept me going and it stopped. I'm trying to find this engine that used to protect me to start it again. Wait, you're looking for a machine? I think I know where it is. It isn't far. I need to see it to know why it stopped. I could take you to it, but there's a problem.
If the last game featured Coda talking explicitly about his creative frustrations, this one turns it up to 11. Now, put yourself in my shoes playing this. Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle, frustration, anxiety, depression, even. And yet, still, he keeps making games. He keeps throwing himself into the grinder even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore. Why? What is it for?
Have you tried talking to him?
Because from my perspective at the time and just what I knew of him, this was a result of how isolated he was. He was in his own little bubble, just sitting at his computer all day, not really showing these games to anyone, not releasing them onto the internet, and so he didn't have anyone outside of himself to connect with. He had no outlet to ground himself on. You can't talk yourself out of loneliness. It doesn't work that way. You can't be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash.
These are just words on some walls. Trust me, you'll see. You have to say that your work is fun and easy. You have to say that game development is simple and joyous and that you love it 100% of the time. Making games is easy. Oh. That feels wonderful. Why did I feel so awful when I said that? Don't worry about it, just keep talking. Keep saying that creation is easy. It is easy. It never stops being easy. Keep
Seeing
going.
this game at the time that he made it, it looked really unhealthy to me. I was watching him do this to himself, and I hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped. It's like, video games are not worth this amount of suffering.
Every time I make something, I feel better about myself. Just never stop creating and you'll never feel bad. Perfect.
This is
feels
someone I really cared
fantastic.
about. And I used to get so much joy out of seeing him create. For him to suddenly become angry and frustrated like this, it was the worst thing for me.
None of this is helping. Patience, you have to trust me. I promise this will work. Please continue. It always pays off eventually. Whoa. Yes, more. Keep
I don't know.
going.
This is what I felt at the time. I don't know how else to explain it. I wanted it to stop more than anything. I had never felt so rotten. I needed more than I had ever needed anything for this to stop.
I will be saved by work. Incredible. That's it. I'm free. I'm free. Hi. Oh.
But it didn't stop. After finishing this one, Coda takes another 7 months and comes up with a new game.
May 2011. The Machine. Hello. You look awesome. Ma'am. Glad to see you arrive safely. I guess I'm a ma'am now. We've captured the machine. It's waiting for you now. You can begin the interrogation whenever you like. I intend to be quick. Very good. Oh my gosh. Let me restart that. Just be warned that someone called the press who might have a bit of attention on this one. Also, one more thing you should know about the machine. It calls itself Coda. Hi. Interesting. What are your next actions? Hello? Hi, machine. You stopped.
And of course, it's the machine.
Your work was keeping us alive. It was only because of your creations that any of us could make it through every day. So here's what needs to happen. You need to go to the people who are out there and apologize to them. You have to admit to the people you allowed them to suffer. I've been so alone. Apologize for leaving me. Think carefully on how to hurt you. Nothing? Alright then, I'll apologize to the people on your behalf. Hi. Okay. I don't know if it would be more or less creepy if they were moving or not. My followers, my friends. My friends! It falls on me to deliver bad news. The machine will not apologize to us. The machine refuses to admit that it deliberately hurt us. The machine will not apologize to us. But this is not important. We are stronger than it thinks we are. We will find a way to live without it. We do not need its games. We're stronger. Let us show it that we are not failures. Follow me. We will destroy the machine. We will destroy everything the machine has created. I don't like either of those. But assuming the quote-unquote machine is like the creativity or the brain, I think I'd prefer to destroy what's been created rather than... Like, I'm unsure if this is an allegory for suicide. And it might be relieving to destroy what has been created, so you're not living with the pressure of it. I think destroying what you've created can be sad, and there's some grief with that, but I think if that's what's truly needed, it's better than dying. So, we'll destroy the machine. Or, everything that the machine has created, rather. It's not gonna jump scare me again. Oh! Whoa. Cool. Coda, I'll make sure your work dies here. Coda, I'll make sure you're known forever. Fuck. I don't like either of those. I'll make sure you're known forever.
So now the work is becoming self-destructive. And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that Code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games.
I don't know
It
about
might
that.
get him out of isolation.
Oh, I didn't get to
So,
read one.
as I'm thinking this, I realized that I could be the one to initiate it. Because it would never occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for it?
No,
If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral? Would it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work?
You should ask him first, I think. Because at the end of the day, you can't decide things for other people. Oh, goodbye. Hello!
So I started showing Coda's work to people. I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
Hi, machine. You doing okay, buddy? At the end? With the lamppost? Put down your weapon. I don't want to shoot it. Oh.
Can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do?
I
Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need, to be told that my work is good, that I am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something, I really felt like I'd done something good, like I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem.
yeah.
When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy.
It made you
So
feel happy.
beautifully, beautifully happy. So anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's. This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made. So let's take a look.
The tower. Okay, back with the same, like, colors.
And this is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, the tower just feels distant. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game. This room actually has a maze in it.
Oh god.
Except that all the walls of the
Understood,
maze are invisible.
okay.
And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise. So the experience is really miserable.
Okay.
The game goes beyond not being meant to be played. It actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all.
Probably
But I
does.
do want to show you the rest of the level, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze. And to be fair, it's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable. Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever. I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze? The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code. Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here. I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on.
I think this touches on something that kind of annoys me about, like in school when we would be analyzing writing or poetry or art. And I'd be like, why can't it just be what it is? Why do we have to do this? Ooh, that sounded so moist.
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely, just saying, you know, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem. I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem.
Why is it about you now?
But
Why,
I can open this door for you, so let me do that.
why are you so obsessed with fixing him? Them? Her? Go. I don't know what Coda's.
Was I a failure for not understanding this game? I mean, I don't know why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution, but I feel it somehow.
I can tell, buddy.
I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why. I remember, it's June of 2011, I'm playing this for the very first time, and as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew, it wasn't my friend.
Well, have you ever actually talked to him? It seems like you've just been reading his diary and being like, ah, I know him. You have, it seems like you have a parasocial relationship with this guy through his games. And you're going, ah, I know what he's going through. I'm gonna fix him.
I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them... I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean. And he wouldn't. I just felt so strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy. It was that I needed to see myself in someone else. I needed to be someone other than me. But he stopped and left, and it felt somehow like I had failed.
I think you need to focus more on yourself,
Where did
buddy.
I screw up?
Dear Davy, thank you for your interest in my games. I need to ask you not to speak to me anymore.
I'm the reason that you stopped making games, aren't I? It's because of what I did. I poisoned it for you. I don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt. It felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable.
It's not yours, though. I wonder at times whether you think I'm making these games for you. You've so infected my personal space that it's possible I did begin to plant solutions in my work somewhere hidden between games.
And the people who played them, they treated me like I was important. They really listened and cared about what I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, I felt good about myself. Finally. For a moment, while I had that, I liked myself.
If there was an answer and meaning, would it make you any happier? Would you stop taking my games and showing them to people against my wishes? Giving them something that is not yours to give? Violating the one boundary that keeps me safe? Would you stop changing my games? Stop adding lampposts to them? Hmm. Would you simply let
And
them
then you
be what they
stopped,
are?
and I didn't have anything left to show people. I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all. Nothing. Less than nothing.
When
What
I am
does that
around you,
mean?
I feel physically ill. You desperately need something, and I cannot give it to you. I literally do not have it. Struggling to come up with new ideas is not making me depressed. Low points are just a part of the process. I was thinking that too. I mean, a way that I express my struggles and emotions are through writing music and poetry and drawing and stuff, and I've written some really sad songs, but just because I write a really sad song doesn't mean I want someone to listen to it and figure me out and fix me. It is a way that I process what I'm going through. It's sure it can be a way to connect, and it's lovely when you show a part of when you choose to show a part of yourself to someone and they relate, and it can be beautiful. But again, it just feels like he's reading this guy's diary. And the 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 games where he's like oh man, I don't have any ideas. It just feels like a journal entry saying like I had a really bad day. And that's okay. Having a bad day like I've had to learn that like having a bad day is fine. If you're not having a bad day ever, that's kind of scary. Like what everybody has bad days. Everybody struggles with even the things that they love. Um and it can feel disturbing sometimes when you see somebody at a low point, and it can feel intense and everything, but sometimes that's just how it goes. The fact that you think I'm frustrated or broken says more about you than about me. Yeah. I realize that this doesn't make sense to you just yet. Which is fine. You're not my problem to solve. Which is what the narrator does not get about Coda. But I do hope that one day it clicks and that you make peace with this thing you are wrestling.
I'm afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself.
Yeah, yeah. You got it, man. When you finally see what I'm talking about, don't say anything.
That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work. Is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach
He
you.
doesn't
I've
get
tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply,
Is the room shrinking or
will
am
you
I
start
actually
making
that?
games again? Please. I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, is something wrong with me? Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again, like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please. Start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. And I want to know I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
Maybe you should make games, dude. Or maybe go to therapy. Epilogue. Whoa, this is beautiful.
More love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more. It's like a disease.
Am I supposed to get, like, run over here? Oh, I can't. Oh, I see.
Solution.
Hello. Whoa.
I guess if someone had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate. I wouldn't have told so many people that he was depressed.
Jeez.
Maybe he just likes making prisons.
This is why ever since I don't know how long ago I was like, did you talk to him? You are assuming such an integral, like, thing about a person without confirming with the person that you're assuming about. I can understand wanting a solution. I can understand how it can be certain and make you feel safe and comfortable and like at ease and like, I've solved it. It's done. It's like how a lot of people don't like reading books that have an ambiguous ending. I think it's important to learn that sometimes things don't have solutions or answers. And like there are just some mysteries to the world. And there are mysteries to people, whether they choose to tell you or not. And I've had a hard time with that. I'm not gonna pretend like I haven't. Um, I've wanted to dig into people who don't want to share that with me. You can't force things that don't have solutions to have solutions. You need to go to therapy, bro. You need to figure something out.
Even now, the disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you.
This feels like the depths in Tears of the Kingdom, but like if the ceiling were super low.
If I knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be? It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like.
I can understand also like needing that external validation and stuff. Self-hatred is such a powerful force. I've had my friends like, I've asked my friends for compliments and support and stuff when I'm feeling low. And you can get validation from a healthy place. I think the problem lies when you, first of all, don't know how to get it from a healthy place, and second of all, you don't know how to grow into a place where you don't always need that. Like, recovery from anything is not linear. But I was having a really hard time at one point, and I kept asking for more and more support, more and more validation. And I'm not going through a super great patch in my life right now, but I'd like to think that with the help of people and with my own strength, I've gotten to a place where I don't need that all the time. It takes so much effort to pull yourself to a place where you could be like, I like this about myself. I like that I can do this. I'm neutral about this. I'm cool about this. I'm whatever. I can tell you right now, I'm in a place right now where I'm having trouble with it again. But plagiarizing someone's stuff, he's basically, I guess he's not exactly claiming it as his own, but like he kind of is. And that's, you're not your own person at that point. If you are getting compliments off of someone else's stuff, then you are at a point where you believe in yourself so little that you can't even make your own thing to show people. And again, I don't think you need to do that. I don't think you need to be doing that. Because when you're susceptible to all of that validation, if you hear something that hurts, it's gonna hurt just as much. So I don't know. I think this guy needs to work on himself. And also, I just want to clarify, I kind of sound pretentious, which being pretentious isn't always bad. I sound a little bit pretentious right now, but I think that's also because I feel insecure about being vulnerable. So I'm apologizing for that when I probably shouldn't need to. But yeah, like, I've procrastinated doing so many things for fear of not getting the reception that I want, for not making it exactly how I want. And that stopped me from doing things that I want to do. And it's just not good for you. And it's way easier said than done to try to get past that. But I'm working on that right now by recording this video. So that's pretty cool. My tooth just like went up against my mouth and made a fart noise. That was pretty awesome. I hope that was understandable. I kind of went on a rant there. Whoa.
What now? I think I need to go. I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot that I need to make up for.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna... Okay.
The lamppost thing was so interesting. That he felt so desperate to have to understand something about what was what was the point of these games, of what was the point of Coda's intentions that he put the lampposts in and lied about it. How intrusive is that to someone, to have someone take your work and pick it apart and show it off like it's theirs? It's the beam. The whisper beam or whatever the fuck. And I'm levitating. Big, huge maze. Gorgeous view.
Turn back.
For R.
Turn back from this cave. You said
This
let
project would
me
not have
prove
been
that
possible without the
I'm
following individuals.
brave. Let me keep
Wow.
going. But the cave
Turn back.
goes for miles and miles and miles.
I like that a lot.
And you're so tired, but I know that you're strong. So turn back. Turn back.
Damn. And the lamppost is right there. Wow. Yeah, I think this was a good buy. Good purchase. I think I'll probably have some better final thoughts after, like, thinking about this game and sitting on it a bit. But I really liked that. That was very intriguing. That it started out as feeling like maybe someone's friend died and they took these bits of them and showed them as a way of, like, honoring them. But then it turned into someone's desperation for admiration and validation for someone that they didn't even really know. That was a very, very good game. I liked that a lot. It was a good length. It was like a movie. It was like playing a movie. And I liked that. I'm gonna go hang out with my best friend. So I hope you have a wonderful day, evening, afternoon, night, whatever time it is for you. And goodbye.